It's early April. There is absolutely no frost in the forecast. That means it's corn time, baby. Woo! We're farming.
In a dream.
Riding shotgun as her son drives her around their property.
We have so much fun.
I can understand how you guys feel. It's the worst possible feeling. It's confusion, it's anger, it's just an overall brokenness.
In the sprawling heart of Oklahoma, there exists a piece of land that has become more famous than most people. A 10,000-acre kingdom known as 10 Point Ranch. For the last decade, the world has come to know this place as a modern-day Eden, the sacred ground where the unlikely love story of punk rock royalty Gwen Stefani and country king Blake Shelton was born and sanctified. It was here, far from the chaos of Hollywood, that Gwen found a new life, a new identity, and a man who promised her a forever. It was their sanctuary, their paradise, the symbol of a love that seemed strong enough to conquer all.
You're funny as a cameraman.
I got one, Gwen.
Wow, that is a large mouth.
Woo!
Making you work too. We did that. Little God's help.
Sharing details about their flower field during a visit to the Ellen DeGeneres show.
When we do things, we go big and we're doing major gardening. We're talking about daffodils. We're talking about like tulips. We already did all the bulbs. Now we did wildflower seeds. Now we're doing zinnias. I've gotten kind of into it with him and it is super rewarding.
But every paradise has a past. Every piece of land has a history. And the truth of what this ranch has witnessed is a story far deeper and more tragic than the public has ever been told. What if the dream home Gwen helped build was constructed on the foundation of another, forgotten dream? What if the love story she lived was haunted by the ghost of a love story that had died in the very same place?
I just got a new truck. Both trying to figure out the stereo. So what are you doing? You go, well, I was trying to find Kiss FM to see if I could hear my new song on there.
Yeah.
And I pushed one button because I don't know what to do either, and Kiss FM came on, and your song was already playing.
This is the untold story of Blake Shelton's ranch. A story of love, loss, and the one secret it has held for years, that Gwen Stefani was not the first queen to be promised this kingdom. To understand the story, we must first understand what the ranch represented to Gwen.
There's a little bit of country in all of us, and it's even good for the soul and your relationship. Well, that is according to Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton. If y'all didn't know, back in 2021, Gwen and Blake actually got married in Blake's ranch in Oklahoma. And though Gwen says that she's just a city girl and doesn't like all the humidity and the bugs, she's really grown to love the farm life, and even says it's beneficial to their relationship. Just this weekend, the two shared photos of them harvesting their crops. A little bit of corn, a little bit of flowers, and lots of pumpkins.
After the spectacular and humiliating collapse of her 20-year relationship with Gavin Rossdale, Gwen's world was in ruins. She was a single mother of 3, navigating a public betrayal, her heart shattered. Oklahoma and Blake Shelton represented a second chance. It was a world away from the painful memories and judgmental eyes of Los Angeles. It was a place to heal.
During her interview with Howard Stern on Wednesday, Gwen Stefani revealed details of how her romance with fellow voice coach Blake Shelton developed.
We just started this friendship, which was just unbelievable that God would put us in a position to have each other at that moment, in the same exact moment.
When taping for The Voice began, Blake announced he was splitting from ex-wife Miranda Lambert, but no one except for Gwen's parents knew about her split from Gavin Rossdale. She ended up confiding in Blake.
He came up to my chair for the first time he's ever walked to my chair, and he was like, I'm sick from what he was just like, and I never saw him like look so upset, you know what I'm saying? And then, so then I was like, I gotta talk to you. I wasn't trying to start a relationship, I was just trying to not die.
We watched as Gwen, the ultimate California girl, slowly transformed. She embraced the slow pace, the quiet life. In interviews, she glowed when she spoke of the ranch, describing it as a magical place where her boys could be free and where she could rediscover a sense of peace. It was on this land, under Blake's guidance, that she built a new version of herself. A devoted country partner, a loving stepmom, a woman who had found her forever home.
So like anxious about writing and insecure, and I have writer's block and all these things. And she said, "What you waiting for, Gwen Stefani?" And then I came in the next day and she had this like crazy song, and that's how that song was born. What is Gwen Stefani's phone number?
Together, they poured millions into making it their shared paradise. They constructed a massive, sprawling mansion, a home not just for them, but for their newly blended family. It was a statement piece, a fortress of their love. And then came the ultimate symbol, a beautiful private chapel built on a hill overlooking the lake specifically for their wedding. This wasn't just a party venue, it was a testament. In building that chapel, they weren't just planning a wedding, they were telling the world and each other that this time it was permanent. This time it was for good. The ranch became the living, breathing heart of their relationship, a character in their love story as important as they were. But this chapel, this symbol of a powerful new beginning, was built on land that had already witnessed the gut-wrenching end of another epic country romance. And the story of that ending is the ghost that has quietly haunted the property all along. Before Gwen, there was Miranda. For nearly a decade, Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert were the undisputed king and queen of country music. They were Pistol Annie and the Texoma Cowboy, a fiery, passionate, and incredibly talented power couple who dominated the charts and the award shows.
So secret?
Well, because in Oklahoma it happens so fast. Like Miranda and I didn't have any kids, and we had, prenuptial agreement, whatever we had. So it was like once we filed for divorce, it was over, and like I think it's like a 9 or 10 day waiting period till it's over.
The voice coach got candid about the summertime split on the Bobby Jones show.
We knew if like rumblings and rumors started like coming out, they would just be that, because by the time that anybody knew anything, it was over.
Their love story was the stuff of country songs, a whirlwind romance, a shared passion for music, and a deep love for the authentic rural life. And the heart of their world was the very same 10-Point Ranch. Long before Gwen Stefani ever kicked up dust on its paths, Miranda Lambert had made that ranch her home. She too had fallen in love with the land. Together, she and Blake built a life there. It wasn't just a place they retreated to, it was their operational base. They filled it with rescue animals, planted gardens, and wrote songs on the porch of the home they shared. Miranda, a fierce Texan, was just as at home on the ranch as Blake was. It was the foundation of their marriage, the place where two of country music's biggest stars could just be a normal husband and wife.
You doing, Einstein?
Wait a second.
But the paradise had a dark side. The pressures of their two explosive careers were immense. They were two comets orbiting each other, often pulling them in opposite directions. Grueling tour schedules meant months apart. The constant glare of the tabloids manufactured rumors and fueled insecurities. The very fame that their talent had earned them began to act as a poison to their relationship. The ranch, once their shared sanctuary, became a place of lonely homecomings and quiet tension. In 2015, the country music world was stunned when they announced their divorce. The dream was over, and Blake Shelton was left alone on his massive Oklahoma ranch, surrounded by the memories of a life and a love that had dissolved into headlines. The land was now haunted by the ghost of that first broken dream. This is the secret that lies at the heart of the ranch. It is a place of cyclical history, a stage upon which Blake Shelton builds his life with the woman he loves, only to see it end, leaving him alone with the land once more. Every path Gwen walked with Blake, Miranda had walked before. Every sunset he watched with his new love, he had once watched with his old one. The chapel, built for Gwen, stands on ground that was once meant to be the forever home for Miranda. It's a beautiful and deeply tragic pattern. A story of a man trying to build a permanent life on land that had already seen his best laid plans turn to dust. This history reveals the profound, almost desperate, psychological importance of the ranch to Blake Shelton. Why is he so obsessively tied to this specific plot of land? The answer is now clear. In a life defined by the chaos of fame, by public romances and even more public breakups, the ranch is his one true constant. It is the only thing that has never left him. The land is the silent witness to his entire adult life. It saw his rise to stardom. It saw him fall in love with Miranda. It saw that marriage crumble. It saw him find a second chance at happiness with Gwen. And it saw that too come to an end. The ranch is not just his home, it is the keeper of his history, the stage for his greatest triumphs and his most devastating heartbreaks. The leading ladies in his life have changed, but the stage has always remained the same. This is why the battle for the ranch during his divorce from Gwen was about so much more than property. For Blake, losing it would have meant losing the last constant thing in his life, losing the very ground that defines who he is. And so we are left with a powerful, poignant image. A man alone again, in a paradise built for two. The magnificent home he constructed with Gwen now echoes with silence. The chapel on the hill, a monument to a promise, now stands as a symbol of a story that has ended. He has the land, he has the kingdom, but he is a king without a queen, once more. So what is the ghost of Blake Shelton's ranch? It's not a spirit in the trees or a whisper in the wind. It's the ghost of yesterday's dreams. It's the heartbreaking echo of a pattern, a story of love found and love lost, all on the same sacred ground.